Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see, it's a single pager, 6x8. This is actually the back of my opening page. So this is a map of New York City. This is the edge of Manhattan here, you can see, and then I've got Brooklyn, which is perfect for what I want to do actually. Sometimes when I do albums, when I've hit a lot of different places, I'll do an itinerary page, but after the fact, because oftentimes, the order in which I think things might go is not how it ends up being. So I always do them after the fact. I have that at the ready. I've already done it, typed it up, printed it out. Here it is. I do need to cut it down, obviously, to fit on here. So I want to use that, but then I also have these picked out already. I want to use these too. Now, do I have stamps that say Manhattan and Brooklyn? Yes, I do. But I also have this as part of a digital set. They were already printed and cut, so why not use them? The only problem is, I can't completely separate them via the list because on Sunday I was in both Brooklyn and Manhattan. So, it doesn't work to, because at first I was like, oh, I'll do Manhattan and list everything. Well, no, because over 3 days, I was back and forth. So I have to figure out how to do that, and I'm not exactly sure. So I may just place them around, or do Manhattan here because it is Manhattan, Brooklyn here because it's Brooklyn. Not sure. And then I have one other thing I want to use because I was really there 2.5 days. I fit in a lot during that time. I want to use this. This is a DIY travel embellishment that I made a while back when I did a whole bunch of them. I love what it says, go big or go home. It's even got a pigeon on it. And look at the colors. It's got some lavender, purple happening, and this is the album I'm using. So it's quite fitting because it was spring and that color appears in a lot of stuff. And so I thought, what a way to start off the album too. And you can see there was also purple on this side. So I want to kind of keep that going since it's the start of the album, set the tone. But again, where am I going to put this? It's kind of big. I could cut off a little bit if I had to. I kind of don't want to, but I could. But it really depends how and where I place the list. If that's going to end up taking a lot of space, then I'm not sure. I do also reserve the option to downsize this a little bit. This is an 11-point font right now. I could take it down to 10 or 9 if I wanted to save some space. But after I cut it and see what size it actually is and how that fits on here, then I'll make that determination. I've cut down the itinerary page here, and it leaves me quite a bit of room. So I don't think I'm going to have to reprint, which is good. Oh, wait. Maybe I spoke too soon. I do have to cover this up as well. Because when I put together the other side, I wasn't thinking about what I was going to do on this side. So, oops. I'll have to cover that up. Shoot, this is a little bit too big. If I could move this over, make this just a little smaller, move it over, then I could fit this kind of over here. And then maybe do this to cover up that staple. But then where am I going to put my Brooklyn one? Brooklyn's basically entirely covered. Ooh, I wonder, should I cut these apart? Then I could kind of stagger them. Oh, let me try that. Got my trimmer right here. Let's try it and see how it works. If it looks hideous or the font still seems like it's too big, I can always downsize it and reprint. So I have this laid out like this. I actually would move this down a little bit, I think, but that would allow me to cover up that staple. And it's still on this side, which is Manhattan. Now Manhattan will end up being almost completely covered. If I do that, I could shift it down a little bit. But I do like that this way you can see oh, we're on this side of the river and we've got Brooklyn over here. I can't move it down too far though if I want this covered. Do something like that maybe. And I thought this here maybe would be better to do it like this, kind of have that in between, give it almost more of a blocky style. Then I have the option of either putting the Brooklyn here or here. I almost like it better down here. It spaces out the black more. This isn't how I thought it was going to look, to have to chop it up and do that, but maybe that's okay. because it does allow me spaces where I can overlap other pieces of ephemera. So if I could find some other purple stuff, and I do know I have some because I have a digital set that has some purpley things in it. Maybe if I just like disperse those over here above this label, down here, maybe a little on the side, it'll help like bring it all together. But we'll see. I don't know. Right now I'm not feeling it 100%, but we'll see. I pulled out the embellishment stuff I had, or ephemera that I had, the pieces that I knew were purple in there. So this is what I have. This is the first one, which, hello, I already have a stoplight, so that's kind of cool. It's a little bit different, but like still kind of matchy-matchy. I could fussy cut that maybe and put it like in the corner or something. So I have that. This is also part of that, where it's just a building. That certainly works. Similar color palette. Suitcases, which I love. I'm a little bit leaning to that one because I was traveling. Now, I do have photos of my hotel coming up, and the awning outside of it, like, it's a brighter blue than this, but it is blue. I could probably get away with using this if I wanted to, but I do also have this one. So I could save that for the hotel and use this one here. So I have those, and then I have this one as well. Here, I think I'd have to cut off the part that says City Life and just use the skyline, but it is sort of wide, horizontal, so I'm not sure. So these two are kind of what I'm feeling the best, because even that's like pretty big. So I have those. But then I also remembered I have these. I bought these a while ago, and I've held on to them because it's kind of an unusual color palette. Can't use this with everything with all like the neon stuff happening. But could I use it here? Because look at that. There's a pigeon, and I got a pigeon there. But then it brings in this super bright yellow, like unless I were to fussy cut around that. But then like I have this one too that brings in the brighter colors, but also has that purple. I'm torn, because the other problem is like, when else am I going to use these? I mean, maybe I could find a way, like the subway one maybe, but so anyway, I have all of that, and it is what it is. I also have these stickers I was looking at for these buildings, because on this color it works really well, and I could like mix and match it maybe with this purple. So I don't know, I have all these choices. I'm a little overwhelmed, so I'm just gonna like look through them again, mess around with some stuff, and see what I can do. I think I've got a layout here that'll work. It's kind of crazy with the way it's laid out, but I did switch these because I realized I was in Brooklyn on Sunday, not Monday. And if I put it down here, it kind of looks as if like I was in Brooklyn Monday, which I wasn't, even though like this is signifying that this is Brooklyn. And maybe most people won't care, but I think it might bother me. So I think I'm going to move that up there, and I could move this down just a little bit if I want like the Brooklyn to be even with the bottom of the tag, or I can shorten the tag just a hair to get it to line up better. Either way, I have those options, but I think I'm going to keep all of that, and then I fussy cut the building, and then I'm going to use this puffy sticker. I'm just going to layer it like right next to it like that, so it kind of looks like a skyline. And then I have two things. I probably need something up here then, or like here at the top, that is purple, and I don't know what that is, but I'll find it. As you can see, I pulled out a bunch of purple ephemera I had, and I actually found two of these in there, and now I want to add this. I want this, I think. I'm hoping I can lift that up a little bit, but I think I want that under there. And then I've got kind of all the different shades of purple that are represented. So let's just see, can I lift up? Oh, maybe. I just need like the edge. Yep, that's enough. Okay, so if I'm gonna put it on this way, the adhesive has to go along this edge. Smart to think of this, you know, beforehand. So I only want along that edge, because I'm going to end up cutting off part of that. Actually, let's get the page protector out of there. There we go. Okay. So if I go like, ooh, I can slide over quite a bit there. I think that's good because then I get most of the building. Cut off my excess here and let's see how that looks. Yay! I like it. I love the mix of purples. Okay, so now I still need to find something for up here. It has to be relatively small to kind of fit up there. I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's going to be anything else in here because I've looked through there. The other things I had before are too big. So maybe just like, I don't know, asterisk. I suppose I could do a star because there are stars on this. Maybe that's what I'll do. I know I have purple stars. I have this sheet and I can do like a darker star if I want. I also kind of like this lighter color, but I like the stripe too. If I did that, you know what? I feel like I need a darker one. I don't think the stripe is right because even with both of these, like there's too much white on white. So I think it's probably going to have to be maybe this one or this. Is this too dark? It might be okay. I think maybe this one's better though. Let's do this one. And then where do I want it here? Do I want it just like that or up here? Oh, maybe up here. It's straight, not exactly. There. How does that look? That's not bad. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this as is. To me, like this kind of looks blank, but I like that like there's still some grid showing because a lot of the city grid is covered up. This you can actually see and it's weighted heavy on the left side already. So you know what? I'm going to leave it as is. So here's another one done for New York. Thanks for watching.